If I had to sum up my family history in one phrase, it would be a birthday curse. I was born on my dad's birthday, April 6th. For the first 12 years of my life, that day was everything. Dad would wake me up early, cook pancakes shaped like smiley faces, and we'd have a joint party with two cakes, his chocolate and mine vanilla. Every year, he told me I was the best gift he ever got. But that was before everything fell apart. Before birthdays stopped being about celebration and started feeling like reminders. My mom, her name's Lynn, wasn't made for motherhood, or empathy, or reality. She lived in her own world, where she was always the star and everyone else was just set dressing. She'd spend hours scrolling through online shopping sites, maxing out credit cards on fancy shoes and essential oils while crying about how no one appreciated her. Meanwhile, Dad kept everything afloat, worked 2 jobs, paid bills, cooked meals, made sure my older brother Trevor and I had school supplies, clothes, food. He never complained, never yelled, but I could see it, the slow erosion in his eyes. Until the day it all broke. I was 12 when I found him in the driveway, sitting in the car after work. Just sitting there, not moving, hands locked on the steering wheel, like he was debating whether to start the engine or drive into a wall. I tapped on the glass. He looked at me with eyes that didn't look like his anymore. That night, he packed a bag and left. No fight, no explanation, no goodbye beyond a soft "I love you. Be strong." Mom told us he had snapped. Said he couldn't handle the pressure of being a man, that he'd abandoned us. I didn't know what to believe. But Trevor, he was 16 and already questioning everything, didn't buy it. He started digging. One night, he found text messages on Mom's phone. Not just one guy, multiple. Some messages weren't just cheating. They were cruel, flirty photos, plans to meet while Dad was working night shifts. And the worst part? She was pregnant again. Not with Dad's baby. Trevor confronted her at dinner, slammed the printed messages on the table, called her out. And Mom? She didn't cry. She didn't deny. She just took a sip of wine and said, "You're too dramatic. Just like your father." Trevor didn't say another word. He left. That night. Moved in with a friend's family across town. They took him in like he was their own. And just like that, I was alone with her. And soon, with the baby. She had a daughter. Named her Sky, said she was a gift from God. Told anyone who would listen that Sky was her second chance at motherhood. A miracle. A clean slate. But I knew the truth. Sky wasn't a miracle, she was a monument. Proof that Mom could destroy everything and still feel like a winner. A way to rewrite the narrative. Look how strong I am, raising a baby on my own. And me? I became the forgotten chapter. By the time I was 15, things got worse. That's when Jeff entered our lives. Jeff was one of those righteous men, always quoting scripture, always talking about order, discipline, and the Lord's plan. He smelled like aftershave and cigarettes and walked around like he was some kind of prophet. It didn't take long before he moved in. And when he did, everything changed. No more music. No more phone calls. No screens after dark. No closed doors. If you disobeyed, the belt came out. At first, he only targeted me. Mom claimed it was tough love. Said I was rebellious. Said I needed structure. But then, Jeff started yelling at Sky, grabbing her arm too hard, calling her names when she spilled something or cried too loud. That was my breaking point. I knew I had to get out. But I also knew I had to take Sky with me, somehow. So, I stopped fighting. I became the ghost in the house. I nodded. I cleaned. I played the part. The obedient daughter. The redeemed teen. I smiled through everything. But quietly, I was documenting everything. Every slap. Every insult. Every late-night rage. When Jeff thought no one was listening, I recorded the yelling. I photographed the bruises. The ones on me. And later, the ones on Sky. I uploaded it all to the cloud. Made backup flash drives. Sent one to Trevor, just in case. I waited. Until the right moment. It came on Sky's 4th birthday. The house was packed. Church people. neighbors, Jeff's weird cousins, balloons, decorations, a giant pink cake. Everyone smiling. Everyone pretending we were a happy little family. At 7:12 p.m., while everyone was singing Happy Birthday, I slipped away to my room. I opened my laptop, and I hit send. One email. To CPS. The police. A local reporter who investigated church abuse scandals. And my old English teacher, Mrs. Lively, who once said, "If you ever need someone to believe you, I will." Attached were videos, photos, screenshots, a detailed explanation of everything that had happened inside that house. Then I zipped up my backpack, walked out the front door, and never looked back. What happened next? The explosion. The local paper ran the story within 48 hours. Beloved church volunteer under investigation for abuse. Police raided the house within the week. Jeff was arrested first. They found illegal weapons, drugs, hidden cameras. The list of charges? Child abuse, domestic violence, endangerment, possession, and more. Mom? She tried to play the victim. Told the police she had no idea. Said Jeff manipulated her. That she was just trying her best. But her voice was in the recordings, encouraging him, laughing when I cried. She was arrested too. Neglect, conspiracy, fraud. Turns out she was stealing Trevor's identity to apply for credit cards. Skye was taken by CPS. But she didn't stay in the system. Trevor stepped in, fought for custody, proved he could provide a safe home. He adopted her 6 months later. She calls him Dad now. She calls me Sissy. She has her own room, her own toys. She dances in the living room without fear. She has never, ever seen a belt. As for me, I got a scholarship from a nonprofit that helps survivors of domestic abuse. I moved out of state. College. Dorm life. New name. New number. I don't look back. I don't answer blocked calls. I don't read letters with jail return addresses. But I got one once from Mom. I opened it. It said, "I forgive you for what you did to me. I understand now." I didn't read past that line, because she still didn't get it. This wasn't about vengeance. It was about freedom. People always say revenge doesn't solve anything, that it leaves you hollow. But sometimes, revenge is just the first breath after years of drowning. It's not about hurting someone. It's about finally being free and walking away from the fire, knowing you'll never be burned again.